Hey folks, what's going on? It's Jacob. In this quick video, I want to explain to you how we manage our CRM for all of the leads, qualified leads, and front-end low-ticket buyers that come into our ecosystem, okay? So I create content on a bunch of platforms, podcasts from time to time, YouTube pretty consistently, Facebook pretty consistently, and my brand and the value that I provide is in a bunch of other places as well, such that we generate leads every day and we generate buyers every day across a couple of different programs, okay? Those are all consolidated into one central CRM, and my team and I manage that CRM and look for the people within those leads, within those applicants, within those front-end customers who might be a good fit to ascend to programs that are priced between $1,500 up to about $25,000, depending on the offer and depending on the point in time and depending on the individual. Okay, so I want to share in this video the really simple structure that we use in order to do that and in order to do that effectively. All right, before we jump into it, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like if you get any value from it. I think you'll be able to pretty quickly go and model this structure that we use, works really well. And click that first link in the description if you want to see the model that we use for building information businesses, be that selling your own products, courses, coaching, consulting, or digital affiliate products we help people do as well. I've won a bunch of awards as an affiliate. You can see down here behind me, it's more up on the wall over there. Then that's the 2 Comma Club from our own programs as well. Okay, so let's jump into this one. All of these leads and front-end buyers and stuff all get consolidated into a central CRM, and they go into a bucket. We use Zapier to push stuff over, and they all get consolidated down into a central bucket that we call new leads. All right, that's where they all go, right? Basic, simple. The information, depending on where they've come from, is all consolidated at that point. So if they've filled out an application, we're going to have all of their answers. If they bought something, we're going to know exactly what they purchased, what funnel they've come through, all of that kind of information. So we can very, very quickly look at it, be that myself or someone on the team can look at it, and we know, who's who in the zoo, so to speak, okay? Then each day, someone on the team will come into that bucket of new leads and they will start working their way through them. They will look at those particulars like I just mentioned, and they will aim to get in touch with the relevant people, okay? At that point, if they can't find the person, like they can't get in touch with them on Facebook or they can't find them, we will put them into a unable to locate bucket. If they eventually kind of pop up and show themselves, they would then move through the rest of the process that I'm going to talk to you about. Or if we read the application or the information that it sends through and it just doesn't seem like they're going to be a good fit, like they just haven't tried on the application that they filled out or whatever, or they're trying to achieve something that we just aren't a fit for, then we'll move them into a no further comms, not a good fit bucket, whatever. Okay, so all the new leads that come in, we basically quickly eliminate the people that we can't get in touch with and the people that we don't think we can help. What that leaves is a bucket of new leads each day, and depending on the day, it varies. Some of them are buyers, some of them are applicants that have filled out a questionnaire, and these are people that we can get in touch with, and based on the information that we have or based on the actions that they've taken, we think we can help them, okay? Then someone from the team will outbound them. They'll get in touch, all right? They'll use the information that we have to initiate a conversation and find out a little bit more about where the person is at, what they want to achieve, all those kind of things. That moves people down into the first bucket, which is outreach initiated, okay? So this just simply means we've reviewed their application, we've found them online, we think we can help them, and we've sent an outbound message, okay? They will sit in this bucket and we will follow up with those people at a set interval, usually once every couple of weeks, until they respond, okay? Until they respond. When they respond, they will move down into another bucket called engaging and diagnosing, okay? So this means that they've responded to our initial message and we are going through the process of having a conversation with them to find out more about them as an individual, their goals, what they've tried so far, what they're looking to achieve, get down into the nitty gritty a bit more about ultimately what they're looking to do online, so that we can really determine if we can help them or not, okay? As we go through this process with some people, naturally, we're going to find that either we don't think we're a good fit for them, depending on if there's any personality clashes or whatever, they may not be a good fit for us, at which point we can remove them from the CRM. But this process can take place over a few days or a few weeks. And we will regularly follow up with these people who we've started having a conversation with that we really think we can help, probably around once a week. If the conversation kind of stops flowing, we'll give people a few days, and then we'll nudge it because people get busy and all those kind of things, and we'll nudge the conversation along. Okay, we'll keep doing that until we reach a point where either we think we've identified exactly what the right product or service, if any, is for them, in which case they would move into what we call our hot bucket, which is we've identified the product or service and we will continue to follow up until they purchase or say no thank you. If at any point they say no thank you, we can just, I'm not interested at all, we can move them into a CRM. Or if they say they're just looking around, we have another active follow-up bucket where we just let them consume the content, watch YouTube videos, join the group, read my emails, and we'll just stay in touch and get in touch every so often and see how they're going and see if we might be able to help. Okay, so the main things to pull out of this, you want to consolidate all your leads into a central point, be they buyers or applicants. I would recommend having the cold, warm, and hot approach. And depending on that phase, I would recommend you increase the follow-up frequency. Okay, as people go from cold to warm to hot, you are getting closer and closer to a deal. So you want to make sure that you are continuing to follow up. A ton of money is made and lost in the follow-up. So increase that frequency as you get closer and closer to a deal, as you move further and further along the process with people. At all times, make people feel 100% comfortable saying, no, thank you, I'm not interested, I'm just gonna look around. All of that stuff is totally fine. You can put them into a follow-up bucket and get in touch with them once a month, once every 2 months, once a quarter, whatever works for you and your team, and just see how they're doing, okay? You will be surprised when you take this very relaxed, very detached, and very systematic approach to moving people through the phases and then just consistently following up. In 3 months, they've been consuming your stuff for a while, they're ready to buy. Okay, I got an email from someone the other day and they said, hey Jacob, I want to get more predictability in my business, right? And when I hear that, I assume they mean predictability in lead generation and therefore predictability in cash flow. Best way to generate predictability is having a really fat pipeline of leads, okay? Because what happens is over months and months and months, as you build up that pipeline and you're moving people through those phases, they're getting closer and closer to making a purchasing decision. Obviously, some people are going to drop away. Some people are never going to buy from you, all that kind of stuff. But a percentage of them are moving along and are getting closer and closer to making a purchasing decision. The bigger that pipeline gets, the bigger the number gets that are going to close on any given day or any given week. So as you move along and build a bigger and bigger pipeline, that's how you develop consistency in the cash flow, because each day, a percentage of the hundreds and then potentially thousands of people in your pipeline are going to tip over the edge each day, which means that you're generating consistent sales, okay? I think a lot of people get stuck in this constant, like, all right, I've got to take them from cold to sold today, and they just don't want to put them into any type of nurturing sequence. This is why you have email follow-ups. This is why you have Facebook groups, so that you can provide content. When people move into those places, they can consume your stuff at scale with leverage, because you're putting it out and hundreds, if not thousands of people can read it or watch it, and they get to know you better, they get to know your products and services better. And then when you do the follow-up, right? So we're really using a push and pull mechanism here. We're making content, we're creating offers, we're giving people the opportunity to raise their hand and work with us, but we're also doing behind the scenes follow-up as well. And when you do the two of them together and people are in a place where you're nurturing the relationship over an extended period of time, you're building up that pipeline, that's how you're going to develop the consistency, okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. Not everyone's gonna buy tomorrow. Some people are never gonna buy from you. That's totally okay. You want consistency and follow-up. You want to move people through those phases. If they're not ready now, that's fine. Put them into your world, nurture them through your content, all that kind of stuff, and follow up consistently, okay? That's how we do it. Works really well. Those 3 phases are going to help you out. Make sure people feel comfortable saying no. Make sure people feel comfortable saying, I'm just checking stuff out. Touch base with them, check in periodically, listen to what they really want. You can send them out content from time to time. We'll send people out a YouTube video. If they say something in an application, for example, really need help with DMs, we might drop them a link to a video where I talk about that. Okay, so you can really tailor your follow-up when you start to listen to what people are struggling with, what they need help with. You build those relationships over the long term. That will generate consistency in your sales. Okay, that's how we do it. Let me know if you got any questions. Subscribe to the channel, check out that first link, and you can see a bit more detail how we build info businesses to that 50 to 100,000 a month mark. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Cheers.